afternoon, everybody. This is jcabale with Cabale Media, and in today's video, we are going over what you're doing wrong in email marketing. Stay tuned. Wow, what a blunt title for this video. Again, my name is jcabale with Cabale Media, and my goal is to ensure that you get the right information you need to grow and scale your email marketing program. Because not everybody can have a consultant. And if you're just a starting business or somebody that wants to save money, I hope that these videos will serve you well in order to get your business to the next level. And I'm telling you, you can do it because that's besides the point. So let's start with number one, what you're doing wrong. You are overloading your emails with too much content. Use long, drawn-out paragraphs that are not concise, that are not skimmable, that don't have bullet points, including too many CTAs, shop now, sign up, learn more, which confuses the recipient, and then using too many images, slowing down the email loading time and lowering your engagement. Now, that is a whole lot that I just said, so let me just go a little bit more in depth. You want to have emails that are skimmable, bullet points. The reader should just be able to look through your email, and with a couple of looks up and down, they should know exactly what your email is about. You don't have to give them overwhelming paragraphs. Emails are just those little bits of information that the subscriber or the person is trying to digest. You want to make it as digestible as possible. You don't want too many CTAs. If you watch my videos before, you know I like one CTA. Don't confuse the user. Bring them to one landing page. Now, if you're selling products, I think that's the only time it's probably acceptable. If you're selling, a couple of your best sellers, if you're an e-commerce business, if you have a service, if you're a consultant, if you're trying to book calls, one is maybe two, maybe three at tops, but I'd say two. And then don't use too many images, right to the point, and then have them call you, contact you, or purchase. Not optimizing for mobile. There are still companies that don't optimize for mobile, and that is totally fine. One of my very favorite is Ralph Lauren. He breaks all the rules when it comes to email marketing, but that's okay because he is Ralph Lauren. He just has one image that's sliced multiple times. It's not mobile optimized. They obviously optimize the images, but I mean, they follow your very basic email marketing tactics from probably about 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago when I started, where it just sliced images, but they have such a good following. Their company's worth billions. They can do whatever they want. You don't want to do that all the time. If you're at that level of your business, you're probably not watching this video. Ralph Lauren is a perfect example. Subscribe to their emails. You see that they don't mobile optimize, but their emails are striking. They're great. They stay on brand all the time, and he's just one of the best sellers. Please don't mobile optimize your emails because it's better for business. And then tiny CTA buttons that are too difficult to read. You want to ensure that you're designing for both. And if you watch my holiday video, I talk about making a CTA that's very clickable, that's large, and everybody can just tap on when they're on their mobile device. Design for mobile first. If you have Klaviyo, there's an option in the email that there's a mobile version as well as a desktop version. You can view these things on either one or both. I say that's pretty cool because years ago I was hand slicing, coding, and then doing mobile optimized emails in code for years. But now if you have these things like Klaviyo and HubSpot, it makes it easier. Mobile optimize your emails for better conversion. And then text-heavy designs. You don't need so much text. You're not giving them information. Give them enough information so they just want to buy your product immediately or your service immediately. Tell them what you're doing for them. Tell them how they're going to benefit when they use your product or service. You always have to think about the customer first and not how great you are, because that will guarantee they are more likely to buy or click on the CTA to your service because they know how it's going to benefit them. Using non-personalized content. Always have to personalize every email, whether that be name, but let's go beyond name. Maybe you want to do region, past purchases. You don't want to send irrelevant content to the wrong people, which happens all the time. Every person on your list should not be getting the same exact email. Now, if you are, let's say, for example, starting your business, that makes a lot more sense to not send and just send to a smaller list, but you don't need a big list to make sales. So just make sure that you're using personalized content. Hello, first name. You're sending the right products to the right people at the right time, the right type of email, the right language, based on their recent purchase history or browsing history. Failing to segment new and returning customers just results in blanket offers that really just lack. So segment and personalize offers. Tip 4, you're ignoring subject line testing or testing for that matter. You want to have very formulated subject lines. You can go to subjectline.com. Whatever software they use or based on their experience is how they grade or give the number for what that particular subject line is worth or how it's going to perform. Use it. If anything, it's just some assurance or an extra eye or for checks and balances to ensure that you're sending email that has a pretty good chance of being open. And don't forget the preview text, which a lot of people do. Leave that as an extra way to interact with the customer. So always have subject line and preview text. I think you're good to go. Also, relying on discount-based subject lines that don't connect with the customers beyond price. Just because there's a discount doesn't mean that they're going to buy your product. You just don't want to do too many sales. You want to mix it up with maybe blog posts, updates, services, holiday updates, what's going on with the world. Don't always sell because selling is just going to annoy them. Maybe white papers or how-to guides and things like that. Neglecting to A/B test, you're just missing so many insights and finding the things that resonate with your customer. So always subject line, test, always test in general, every variable that you could when it comes to email. Focusing solely on promotions. Like we talked about in the last tip. Sending emails that are only promotion-based will lead to subscriber fatigue and unsubscribes. Don't always try to sell. I've unsubscribed from many places because every week it's a BOGO, buy one, get one, do this, do that. We understand you're trying to sell your product, but that's not going to work. You're kind of going to look desperate. Don't always sell. You want to provide value-driven content. Neglecting that, like tips or industry insights, you're missing out on creating a community with your subscribers. So always ensure that you're not neglecting other things and it's not just sales. Include as much as you can information-wise, but don't overwhelm the subscriber. And also, don't use too many buy nows. It just gets too salesy at some point. Missing out on educational content is a big deal. You want to provide as much information as you can that's not just sales. And it helps build rapport. Clean your list regularly. Continuing to email inactive subscribers isn't good. It lowers your deliverability rate, lowers your open rate, lowers all the rates. Just clean your list every couple of months. You want to do it every 3, 6, or 9. Go ahead. But make sure you test each segment, see which works best, and then get rid of the other segments. You don't need one for every 30, 60, 90. You're just causing too much work and doing too much. I generally do at the 90 mark, 3 months if they're not interacting. Then we'll go through a flow of emails, but that's for another video. Neglecting to recreate re-engagement campaigns. You need this as we discussed the 30, 60, 90. That's when you clean your list. Before you actually do that, you want to send these emails that say, hey, we miss you, come back, here's a discount. Now this is where discounts make sense. Offer them a discount if they haven't been active. Obviously, if they're a current subscribers, you don't want to keep selling them. But if they haven't bought in a while, you want to create things, like I said, flows for like win-back series, clean your list, and then they're good to go. But also, you have to monitor your balance and unsubscribe rate. Those may be going up because you're not cleaning your list. Clean your list every 90 days, send a flow to re-engage them, and you're good to go. Poor timing and frequency. Sending emails too frequently, resulting in email fatigue. You don't have to send one every day. You don't have to send one every week. Although I kind of disagree with that. Once a week, I think, is good enough. 2, 3 could probably be tops. Not every day, not every hour of the day. Sometimes I get emails from the same company multiple times a day, multiple times a week. Email fatigue is a real thing. You're leaving your subscribers overwhelmed. Also, inconsistent timing. If you're sending at random times and not testing when people are actually opening, creates just more problems for your email marketing. You have less people opening, less people clicking, the better chances of it going into the spam folder, which you don't want. Just be aware and cautious of what you're doing. Check times that work the best, days, and then send from them. And finally, inconsistent timing. You just don't want to send random emails. Try to send them on a schedule. If you decide to go once a week, see how that goes. If you decide to go 2 times a week, see how that goes. And if you want to do 3 times a week, that's fine too, but make sure that your customers are actually engaging and you're getting a good return of investment. You don't want email fatigue. Tip 8, using weak call to actions. Click here is so boring. That was yesterday. Nobody does that anymore. Shop new arrivals. That's fun. Book my appointment now. Something fun. Have them really there to engage. Shop now gets a little boring, so you can even change that. Including multiple CTAs that has too many conflicting goals. You want them to do one action. Don't confuse them. So if you do multiple CTAs, again, it's probably for products, but try to have one, most two. If you're selling products, it's a different story. Too many CTAs, too many conflicting goals, and you're not making them visually enough or distinct. If you have too many, nobody knows where to click. Make it visually appealing so it doesn't blend in with the other CTAs or the email. And don't use weak CTAs. Ignoring analytics. Failing to ignore analytics like your metrics, open rates, click-through rate, and conversions result in misoptimization opportunities. If you don't know what your customers are doing, you have no sales. So continue to test. Follow the analytics. See how you can improve your open rate, your click-through rate. Pay attention to all the rates. Ignoring things like bounce rates and unsubscribe rates is probably one of the worst things you can do. That's why I was talking about cleaning your list. You just don't want to make all these mistakes and shoot your email marketing program down somewhere. You know what I'm talking about. So be prepared, look at all the statistics, and then continue to send. And start tracking the performance as much as you can. Specific email segments, because if you don't, you're missing insights to high versus low engagement. What is doing what, when it's doing what. Stay on top of things, don't ignore your analytics, and you'll have better conversions, guaranteed. Neglecting the unsubscribe experience. I'm not too sure why people just hide the unsubscribe button. They obviously are doing that for a reason, because they want a larger email list. A large email list doesn't mean jack squat. People that are actually engaged, people who want to purchase, people who want your product. Making it difficult for people to unsubscribe, requiring multiple clicks, hiding the button is just useless. You're not doing yourself, your service, or your business. So make the unsubscribe link very visible. You can also offer a preference center, which I think a lot of people should do. Ask them if they want a weekly, a daily, a monthly email. They're still going to say subscribed, but not necessarily to all your emails. And that's still better than totally unsubscribe. Not gathering any feedback. Feedback is one of the best things you can do. Service, seeing why they're missing, seeing why they feel your emails are invaluable, so you can use that for future campaigns and know what to send or not send when you need a new email to broadcast to the world. So, surveys are great. Offering them a preference center, and then, of course, do not hide to unsubscribe. These are all the things you're probably doing wrong, and if you're not doing wrong, I apologize, but like I said in the beginning, my goal is to ensure that you get your email marketing program started, or grow your email marketing program to where it needs to be in order to increase revenue and sales. If you like this video, you can like, share, and subscribe. Notification bell, whatever side it's on. You can leave a comment down below. You can visit the socials. You can also email me at jcabale@cabalemedia.com. You can go to the site Cabale Media, get a free 30-minute consultation about all things email marketing. And yeah, that is it. I would love to help you scale your business for the holidays and everything and beyond. Again, this is Jcabale with Cabale Media, and I'll see you at the next